In this video, we are going to talk about the top 10 NFL players. So before starting, please like this video and subscribe to this channel for future updates. The NFL is one of the most exciting games to watch for. The NFL is one of the most popular sports in the United States. Some of the finest players in history have participated in the game. Different players have distinct playing styles. The game is primarily on strength, agility, and speed. We've already seen guys with accurate passes, quick sprinters, and more. Ranking the greatest NFL players of all time has never been easy. We are, however, using statistics and facts to determine who is the best of all time. To determine the outcome, we will look at the player's impact and accomplishments during the year. The top 10 greatest NFL players is a subjective list. So, without spending any more time, let's take a look at the top 10 greatest NFL players of all time. Number 10. Reggie White. Reggie White was an American football player who revolutionized the defensive end position in the National Football League, NFL. From a defensive standpoint, one of the best players. During the 1980s and 1990s, he spent 15 seasons in the NFL. Reggie is also one of the most decorated NFL players ever. He began his professional football career with the Memphis Showboats of the United States Football League, USFL. He was allocated in the first round of the 1984 supplemental draft after 2 professional seasons and went on to play for the Philadelphia Eagles, Green Bay Packers, and Carolina Panthers in the NFL. He went on to become one of the NFL's most decorated defensive players. He's been named to 13 Pro Bowls and 12 All-Pro teams. On the field, he is undoubtedly a player that can frighten the opposition with his presence. To chase and block the ball carriers, he used a combination of strength and quickness. Reggie is a 2-time NFL Defensive Player of the Year, a 13-time Pro Bowl pick, and a 13-time All-Pro selection. He ranks second all-time in sacks with 198. He was also named to the NFL's 75th and 100th anniversary all-time teams, as well as the NFL's 1990s All-Decade Team and 1980s All-Decade Team. Our ranking of the top 10 greatest NFL players of all time includes Reggie White. Number 9. Dick Butkus. Dick Butkus is an American sports broadcaster and former professional football player. He was a linebacker with the Chicago Bears of the National Football League, NFL, from 1965 to 1973, and he was a member of the league from 1965 to 1973. Butkus was recognized in the league for his ferocious defense. The Monster of the Midway is another nickname for him. He was invited to 8 Pro Bowls and was awarded a first-team All-Pro 6 times during his 9 years on the field. He was named Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL twice. He intercepted 22 passes and recovered 27 fumbles during his NFL career. With his hard tackles, he was also responsible for many more fumbles. Number 8. Walter Payton. Walter Payton was an American professional football player who played for the National Football League's Chicago Bears, NFL. Many people consider him to be one of the best football players of all time. Payton is known for his rushing ability. He was a perfect fit for the Chicago Bears, earning the nickname the Monsters of the Midway. Payton was a unique player who spent his entire career with the same squad, Chicago Bears. In 1975, he made his professional debut with the Chicago Bears. Later, with the 1985 Chicago Bears, Payton won the AP NFL Most Valuable Player Award and Super Bowl 20. Number 7. Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning is a retired American football quarterback who spent 18 seasons in the National Football League, NFL. He is regarded as one of the all-time great quarterbacks. Manning played with the Indianapolis Colts for nearly 14 years and the Denver Broncos for 4. Manning is one of the NFL's most well-known athletes. He also goes by the moniker the Sheriff. He has won the most valuable player awards in NFL history with 5. The Colts selected Manning first overall in the 1998 NFL Draft, and he served as the team's starting quarterback from 1998 to 2010. He assisted and changed the floundering Indianapolis Colts into perennial postseason challengers. He was a part of 11 postseason campaigns, 8 division titles, 3 AFC championship games, 2 Super Bowl appearances, and 1 championship title in Super Bowl 41. Manning has a slew of NFL records, including MVPs, first-team All-Pro honors, 4,000-yard passing seasons, single-season passing yards, and single-season passing touchdowns. Number 6. Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence Taylor is an American former professional football player who spent his whole career as a linebacker for the National Football League's New York Giants, 1981 to 1993. NFL. He is widely regarded as one of the finest players in NFL history. He has appeared in 10 Pro Bowls and twice won the Super Bowl. Taylor is the first and only NFL defensive player to earn the Associated Press NFL Defensive Player of the Year award in his first season. Number 5. Joe Montana. Former football quarterback Joe Montana. He spent 16 seasons with the San Francisco 49ers and Kansas City Chiefs in the National Football League, NFL. Joe Cool and the Comeback Kid are 2 of his popular nicknames. With 127 Super Bowl passes without an interception, Montana holds the record. He was named to the Pro Bowl 8 times and twice won the NFL MVP award. Montana began his NFL career in 1979 with the San Francisco 49ers. He has spent almost 14 seasons with the 49ers. Montana established and won 4 Super Bowls with the 49ers, becoming the first player in history to be named Super Bowl MVP 3 times. He has the most throws without an interception in Super Bowl history, 122 in 4 games. Montana likewise has the highest ever pass rate of 127.8. Number 4. Barry Sanders. Barry Sanders is a former American football player who spent 10 seasons with the Detroit Lions in the National Football League, NFL. Many people consider Barry Sanders to be the best running back in American football history. He is recognized for his speed and agility. Sanders joined the Lions in 1989 and helped the team win the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year title right away. Sanders received the NFL Offensive Player of the Year award in 1994. He was named the NFL's Most Valuable Player in 1997 after being only the 3rd player to rush for over 2,000 yards in a season. He finished his career as the first athlete in history to carry for 1,000 yards in each of his first 10 seasons. He is usually regarded as one of the most talented running backs in NFL history. Sanders is without a doubt one of the game's best talents. Number 3. Jim Brown. Jim Brown is a sports analyst and former American football player. He was primarily a fullback with the National Football League's Cleveland Browns, NFL. From 1957 to 1965, he was a member of the league. Many consider him to be one of the all-time great running backs and one of the greatest players to ever play the game. He was named first-team All-Pro 8 times in a 9-year stretch. He is the only running back to ever average more than 100 yards per game. He was named the AP NFL Most Valuable Player 3 times and led the Browns to the 1964 NFL Championship. In 8 of his 9 seasons, he led the league in rushing yards, and by the end of his career, he had shattered most major rushing records. Number 2. Jerry Rice. Jerry Rice is a former wide receiver who spent almost 2 decades in the National Football League, NFL. He is without a doubt one of the greatest NFL players and wide receivers of all time. Jerry was named to the Pro Bowl 13 times, received 10 first-team All-Pro honors, and was a 3-time Super Bowl champion. With 1,256 points, he has more than any other non-kicker in NFL history. Rice is also remembered as one of football's greatest clutch performers. Rice currently holds the most NFL records of any player in history, with over 100. Jerry Rice is second among the top 10 greatest NFL players of all time. Number 1. Tom Brady. Tom Brady is a retired American football quarterback who spent 22 seasons in the National Football League, NFL. Brady is largely regarded as the finest quarterback ever. During his second season with the Patriots, he developed into the starting quarterback and eventually led them to their first Super Bowl victory in Super Bowl 36. Brady went on to lead the Patriots to 17 division titles, including 11 straight from 2009 to 2019, and 13 AFC Championship games. He also appeared in 9 Super Bowls and won 6 of them. Brady has nearly all of the key quarterback records, including passing yards, completions, touchdown passes, and games started. At the age of 43, he is the oldest player in Super Bowl history to be named MVP and win a Super Bowl as the starting quarterback. He is ranked number 1 among the top 10 greatest NFL players of all time. What do you think about our video? Let us know in the comment box below. Please like this video and subscribe to this channel for our future updates. Thank you.